Hi guys, this year's Halloween I'm going to be trick-or-treating in this scary civil defense face mask. Here's my bag for candy. We're set and ready to go. All set. Trick or treat! Jesus! Yep, the PRV-U gas mask beats any other respirator in the creepiness department, but could it still be used as an emergency protective equipment? Although we certainly don't recommend it, we understand that many people in various countries don't have access to modern respiratory protection. We obtained this surplus PRV-U kit so we could examine its content in order to give you a better perspective on which part should be immediately discarded, what's worth keeping, and what additional bits need to be obtained separately. This kit comes in this square-shaped bag made of rubberized fabric resistant to drops of rocket fuel. That's because the PRV-U gas mask was intended to be used by rocket refueling units. This bag consists of a main compartment and two side pockets. The main compartment is protected by a lid that is secured with two pins. They're much easier to undo than regular buttons. The pocket on the right side is meant for storage of a hose sleeve. On the left side of the bag there is a pocket for storing a box with anti-fogging films, and this one closes with a simple button. We'll get into the content of the pockets later. The bag is equipped with an adjustable shoulder strap which can be adjusted using two metal buckles. There's also a waist strap with a metal carabiner. The carabiner attaches to a semi-ring that is placed on the opposite side of the bag. With the bag adjusted and secured on the body, let's take a look inside. This is a connecting hose that connects the gas mask's valve chamber with a protective filter which is meant to be carried in the bag. It is made of rubber and it can be stretched to a certain degree. This side of the hose is meant for connection with a protective filter, whereas the other end screws into the mask's valve chamber. As you can see, the connector is still wrapped in paper, so this kit has never been used. But that's not the only thing still wrapped in the original packaging. This feels like early Christmas in Soviet Union. This big ass filter is called EO65K. This is not your regular gas mask filter, as this one contains a cartridge made of asbestocellulose fabric and a sorbent made of impregnated aluminosilicates. Get that, right? Specialists working with rocket fuels had to use the EO65K filter only because activated carbon in regular filters could easily catch fire if something went wrong. Here is a quick peek into the bubbles of the filter. It looks much different than any other filter I have seen before. I tried to remove the bottom plug, but oh my god, that thing didn't even budge. How can this be so freaking tight? Damn it! Well, good work, Soviets, I guess. I even tried to pry it out with a small metal file, and guess what? It just bent the file instead. But perhaps that's for the best, because it's old, made for a highly specific work environment, and most importantly, potentially dangerous. We strongly advise you not to breathe through this monstrosity. We'll just put it back in the bag for now, as it feels like holding a small dumbbell. At the bottom of the compartment for storage of the protective filter, there are two rounded holes reinforced with metal cuffs, simply to allow air to enter the filter. Now back to the side pockets. This one is a hose sleeve, made of rubberized fabric, the function of which was to remove condensation from the exhale valve and protect the hose against effects of liquid components of rocket fuel and their fumes. This may sound useful at first, but it's really not, especially in 2024, and even more so for people considering PRV-U as their emergency respiratory protection. That goes for the connecting hose as well, as you don't want to carry the old half-ton filter around in the bag. Also, the hose is just another part that can get damaged and thus compromise your safety altogether. Not to mention, it always gets in the way and you're far better off with a filter mounted to the facepiece directly. In the left side pocket we can find a round metal box with anti-fogging films. This one, unlike the one we got with GP5, is not battered, so the films might be in better condition. Why is everything so tightly closed? Inside there is a piece of paper on which a product designation, serial number, number of pieces, film's diameter and date of manufacture is written. On the other side there are instructions for using the films. The box contains 6 anti-fogging films with a diameter of 45 mm. Individual films are interleaved with paper inserts which prevent abrasion and damage. We won't use the anti-fogging films in this video as we want to test if the lens fogging is actually an issue with PRV-U, and we won't be applying a glycerin soap either, you know, for fun. But there's actually one more pocket located between the facepiece and filter compartment meant for storage of spare voice membranes, and guess what? You can't take it out easily because the pocket is extremely tight. Ah! The round aluminum box is identical with the one containing anti-fogging films, but the lid is embossed with the letter M. The box contains 2 spare voice diaphragms. There is the product designation, product type, series number, number of pieces and date of manufacture written on the round piece of paper. Now we'll just put the hose, the sleeve and especially the filter inside the bag, which is by the way also pretty useless, and simply throw it away. Let me just put on a much better and actually practical carrying bag. It's one of my favorites that I have been using for years with various CBRN respirators. Ah, much better. So, the PRV-U gas mask. It consists of a rubber facepiece, lenses, voice diaphragm and valve chamber. Just like GP5, it is a helmet-style gas mask, meaning the facepiece in its entirety covers not only your face, but also the crown and a part of the back of your head. In the area of the ears, the facepiece is shaped so that there is not too much pressure put on the ears, which also ensured good audibility when using communication devices. The lenses have a circular shape and they are made of glass. They are quite tiny and according to an old army manual, they were designed for work with optical instruments, whatever that means. When looking at the lenses from the inside of the mask, there are rubber cups around them. They allow for insertion of spectacle kit or anti-fogging films if needed. The anti-fogging films also act as an anti-freeze agent in winter conditions. The voice diaphragm allows for better voice audibility. Duh! It consists of a rubber sealing ring, a plastic pressure ring and a protective cap, all placed in this metal casing. As you can see, it is placed pretty askew, which is normal as I never saw one placed symmetrically to the facepiece. From the outside, the module is additionally secured to the facepiece with a self-adhesive tape. The valve chamber is made of metal painted with greenish-brown paint and consists of inlet and exhale valves. Individual paths that are intended for supply of fresh air and discharge of exhaled air are separated by a partition inside the chamber. Inhaled air passes through 2 tunnels located on the inner side of the mask. They guide inhaled air in such a way as to clear condensation from the lenses. The threaded inlet allows for connection of 40x4 ghost filters, and no, it's not compatible with 40mm NATO filters. On the right side of the mask, there is some important information embossed in the rubber. Just as with GP5, we don't care where the mask was manufactured, but we do want to know when and what size it is. This mask was made in 1980 and it's size 2. The size number can be found both on the right and left side, which leads us to sizing guide. In order to determine the right PRV-U size for you, you need to perform a measurement with a measuring tape. It's the same story as with GP5. This footage comes from our GP5 review as we couldn't be bothered to film the exact same thing again. You need to make sure the tape covers 3 key places: the crown, the chin and the cheeks. The PRV-U gas mask was made in 4 sizes. Yes, I said 4. I can't wait for gas mask collectors to start ranting in the comment section like, but bro, it was made in 3 sizes only. The information in this video comes from original Soviet and Czechoslovak army manuals, and they all describe 4 sizes. Even this sizing table comes directly from them, so you understand when I stick with 4 sizes. Did you know that PRV-U was actually made in 2 color variants? We obtained both of them for the sake of the review, and apart from the rubber color, they're both identical. The black one was made in 1989, so it's a bit newer, and its main advantage over the white one is the fact it can withstand exposure to sunlight without getting sunburn as easily. For this reason alone, I like the black PRV-U much better. However, this particular gas mask is a favorite choice of fetishists as they love black rubber and latex. As my supplier explained, he supplies German sex shops with this particular respirator quite often, so keep that in mind as people might get wild ideas of why you own such a piece of equipment. Hence, we'll continue the review with the white PRV-U. Since we discarded the old filter, we'll mount a new, safe one directly onto the facepiece and voila, the mask is ready to be used. To don it, reach for your respirator and with both hands stretch the facepiece to open it up. Insert your chin into the mask and then flip the rest of the facepiece over your head so it would cover your head and ears evenly. Make sure the sealing line around the front neck area is not folded as it may break the seal. The Army manual describes also a second way of donning. It basically works the other way around, as your chin is the last part to be covered by the facepiece. This method is trickier, however, as you might cover too big a part of the back of your head, and then the mask wouldn't fit your face correctly as a result. Looks good, right? Apart from looking rather ghoulish, the field of view is very narrow, as while wearing PRV-U you have basically no peripheral vision and it may require practice before you get used to it. Also, every exhalation is accompanied with a massive lens fogging as moisture is not effectively removed from the respirator. However, every inhalation clears the lenses effectively, so yeah, the mask can be used without the anti-fogging films as they cloud the vision and I prefer not to use them.
The PRV-U gas mask is your best bet when it comes to a really scary Halloween mask. Also, your voice is quite audible because it has a voice diaphragm, unlike, for example, GP5. But I've gotta be honest, it really squeezes your jaw, so it's hard to talk and it's actually a bit painful.
Doffing is performed by tucking the index and middle finger under the chin part of the mask and tilting it, or by grabbing it by the valve chamber and pulling it up.
Why do I have to do this again? I already did this with GP5.
But it is not GP5?
Yeah, because it's so freaking different. Yeah, it's PRV-U, everyone. Come on, Jesus.
It will be fun.
You heard her. It will be fun. Enjoy.
If I had to describe the experience of running in PRV-U in one word, it would be bearable. It's a bit more comfortable than GP5 as your ears are not squeezed as much, but it has the same jaw squeezing problem which gets especially noticeable when you speak, so I rather keep my mouth shut. As much as I like to run around in a gas mask like a madman, after 30 minutes I'm glad it's going to be over soon.
How is this fun anymore?
I'm having fun.
Oh yeah? Okay, good for you. My ears are full of sweat and apparently my glove just broke, so yeah. Alright, this is the moment you've been all waiting for. Not so bad, I guess. Gotta be honest, when we made this test with GP5, it was actually much hotter outside, so yeah, this is quite good. No sea of sweat this time.
Do we recommend PRV-U or any other Soviet legacy gas mask for that matter as an emergency respiratory protection? Nope, not even with a new compatible filter. It's old, grotesque, and you'd be far better off with any other gas mask that has better lenses, oral nasal cup, actual head harness, and is compatible with NATO filters. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Let me know in the comment section which gas mask I should review next, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in CBRN Academy.